Evans, head coach, Krista Kilburn, Zabesky, coach. Opening comment on tonight's game.
It's a tough one to swallow here. A team that came out and played us real physical, and we did not respond. So it's a little painful.
Questions?
Coach, would you say that this is just one of those games you concede, say you had a bad night, and move on?
I mean, I know we have to do that because we got to play on Sunday. That's not my style. I'm certainly not going to be, pointing fingers at everybody here. It's all together, but we have to focus on Sunday. But we need to definitely learn a really tough, miserable lesson here tonight.
What most surprised you about tonight?
It's pretty sad when you know how they're going to physically come at you, and then really having them being able to respond to that. I watched them on film. I know what they did to VCU at their place, and probably a little bit. They've been doing a good job on all their scouting, how to play people. I've noticed that, how their defense. And, so just playing with more heart than, every time I looked around, there was 5 purple jerseys on the floor. And, we didn't respond to that. We didn't have a lot of leadership leadership on the floor. Instead, we had a little bit of banter on the floor. I mean, we're a great, cohesive group. But, people weren't, doing the right ways to respond to what was happening to us, on the floor, our leaders on the floor.
Coach, what did you see from James Madison tonight that really had him at point slow down the tempo of the game and really make you play their style?
Well, I mean, because they rebound. Take some of these questions. And she knew what the game plan was, and knowing the game plan and being able to execute the game plan is like 2 different things. And disappointing that we knew they were going to be coming at us, and rebounding because their shooting percentage is not great. So there's a lot of balls coming off, and they just pursued it better than we did.
Shante sitting out for about 10 minutes with foul trouble in the first half. How frustrating was it watching the team, struggling with the rebounds against James Madison?
I mean, it's very frustrating, but the best thing I could do is probably bring positive energy and help them, rebound, encourage them to rebound, box out, and all that stuff. But, they definitely got us in the first half. They came out hard like we knew they were, and we just didn't step up to them.
Shante, you came out firing in the second half, but slowed down from there. What was James Madison able to do that other teams past few weeks haven't been able to do?
I say they face guarded more than other teams have, really. I mean, even coming down the court, I feel like every movement I had, someone on my hip, in my face, and it was hard to get open. Even to get a shot, there's like 2 or 3 people swarming around me.
When there's that many people hand checking all the time, it's hard to call it.
Yes.
And that's what they've been getting away with all year. So if it works, don't fix it for them. We just got to be tougher. Yeah.
They gave you a tough time trying to get into your dribble drive tonight.
Yeah.
What were they doing different in the middle that was really preventing Candace?
They weren't playing Candace, so they weren't playing her. So anytime, and that's happened at Princeton, that happened, Marist, that happened, pretty much everybody, even in non-conference. So it wasn't the first time that we've seen it at all. It's just, you just can't, they're responding to something like that, and I reacted a little bit quicker and changed up the lineup a little bit and tried to, where in the past I tried to let her play through it or even let Dre play through it. So they weren't playing Kansas Bond, they weren't playing Kansas Blackie, but that's not new. That's not new. I mean, they're long, all the things that they're strengths, and I told them that today, in shoot around. We got a 6'9" practice player, and they beat up on us pretty bad this week, and and I just obviously some of tonight's made of. These guys know how we operate here. We're not country club folks. We're little blue collar workers, and then we got treated like we were country club folks tonight here, and just got kind of beat up on and didn't respond. I don't like that. And one of the times I said that, the lack of respect. I feel these guys know that this is a big battle between this, and I don't. We took one on the chin here tonight, pretty bad, because we did not respond.
Coach, 13 of 28 from the free throw line. Is that just things snowballing? Lack of focus?
Oh, the last few games we haven't shot. We've missed. You guys know. I mean, that's just just kind of a little bit of a lack of confidence here when we're shooting free throws every day, and when it rains, it pours on that. And again, we need a little bit more positive leadership on the floor when it's not going well. And there was too many folks in their own head tonight.
You guys responded well after your losses against the Hartford game.
Yeah.
You came back, you won your next 3 games. You then lost to a tough Princeton team. You came back, you won your next 4 games. How does the team respond now, having come back after a game like tonight?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it in there. We said our piece about what we needed to say, but you can go ahead and answer that too.
I mean, we're going to do the same thing. It's going to be back in our mind that we have this loss, but we're going to feed that to our field for the next opponent we play on Sunday. So we're definitely, we're not going to forget about this loss, but we got to move on to the next game.
The physicality of this game, like we've gotten abused in a lot of non-conference games that were ugly, like K-State's or Drake's, or Drexel was a very physical game. We just actually punched first here. And that's what happens when you get punched first by them. Freshman comes in, Gidget's number 3 comes in. At one point, had about 4 or 5 offensive boards before you could bat an eye, and that was just us not being attentive and a lack of sense of urgency there. It's disheartening when we've been doing a great job paying attention to scout, and I don't, I can't attribute to us not having good practices or looking like we were a little too high on our horse and thought that we couldn't get it. So it's none of those negative things that are going on. I just think, unfortunately, if we can run with this physicality, because everybody's going to hit us hard in conference, especially at their places.
Coach, was it encouraging to have Caitlin Loper back after 2 games missed and have her shoot 50% from the 3-point line? Yeah,
that was nice, and she'd been practicing, well on the days that she had, first day she had contact. So, and it's definitely good.
Coach, Andrea Thomas in double digits tonight. Also was 3 assists. You've seen, 2 assists. You've also seen her past few games really more establishing herself on the offensive end. Is that encouraging, at least from this game?
That was great. Especially when she had to come in and give Candace a little bit of break when she needed it, and go in at the 1. You guys have probably seen in the earlier years with her that was been a lot of responsibility to come in and have to do that. And I think really the last 3 games, I would say, or so, she's just been handling that role a lot more. And then she gave us good. She's tough, and physically, was able to bang with their guards and we've, like I said, we've been attacked pretty hard by a lot of very physical guards here, and have been able to, definitely take care of business, and we just got to go back to the drawing board on that.
Coach,
she did great.
Good coaching in games is going to be better game. Great teams that will be also able to slow you down, just like JMU did. Just how about maybe your slow down execution?
Well, even with that, we were processing. In the past, I probably would have been killing Bill on the sidelines, like all last year when we played against teams like this and we weren't executing well. And it doesn't have to work that way now. We have ways of fixing this, and the folks that were in that position to fix it just, got a little bit rattled, and so that's the part where we just got to keep showing them, how to fix it, because this has happened. This isn't the first time. That's what, this is why I felt really good about where we've been to prepare us to this point, because we've seen everything that people have been playing. They did a great job how they played it, which they've seen other people play, us the same way. And so, it's, there's still ways of moving the ball. How many times the ball didn't even get to the side of the floor because it stayed in either Candace's hands or it stayed in, 1 to the 2's hand. And then Nick was in the corner for the entire possession. So we got away from, if someone's sagging off, we can still move the ball. We didn't work hard to get open when we're being faced tonight on the wing, and that's the kind of stuff that is going to be pivotal, because that's going to happen again and again. And when we see that there is a way, like I said, this time last year I probably would have been killing you with the offense. I'm in a better place with it because, there's a way to combat that, but little things that you guys don't see in the beginning is just when we're not responding well to a hit, the little nonverbal thing, and those are the things that kind of took us out of our own game plan. And we're much better than that, much more seasoned than that, and I think that's the part that hurts us all right now.
Thank you.